Hello, welcome to Cooking with Khon Ken. I'll be your host. My name is Ken. I'm hoping to show all of you at home how you can make your own authentic Thai foods, not the box stuff that you're going to find in the grocery aisle. A little bit about myself. I'm married to a lovely Thai woman. Her name is Tanya. She's from Khon Ken. She hasn't been allowed to come home to Canada yet, but she's my source for everything Thai. I'm hoping for this channel to be an ongoing series covering Thai foods, some desserts, and hopefully you'll learn something about Thailand, I'll learn something from all of you, and I'll take in any tips and suggestions that'll help make this channel better for everyone. Let's get off to the kitchen. Okay, we've managed to make it over to the kitchen. Today's dish, Pakrapow. Here you're going to find everything we need to make it. First thing, rice cooker, terribly important. Mortar and pestle, very, very important. You can use a blender, but taste is better with the mortar and pestle. Chicken. Sugar, should you make this a little bit too spicy and you need to cool it down for your taste buds. Some Thai chilies. Soy sauce. Garlic. Oil. You can use any preferred oil. I like canola oil. Some holy Thai basil. Fish sauce. Oyster flavored sauce or oyster sauce, should you be able to find some. Some eggs. Jasmine rice. A wok. Chicken, a couple of knives, skillet for the egg, cutting board, spatula. I'm using beef stock today. My wife uses pork stock. I couldn't find any today. Depending on how you'd like to make this, you can actually use different types of stock. If you're doing a vegetarian one, which I will cover in another episode, you can actually use a vegetable-based stock. Other than that, time to get cooking. Let's get going. Okay, I'm going to try and get all this in one take. We've got some prep to do. Rice. A lot of people recommend pre-soaking it and washing it. This is actually pre-washed, so into the rice cooker. Need some water. I can't reach it from where I am, but this happens to be enough. Okay. Now for the hard part with the rice. Close the lid. White rice. Next, we've got some prep, your Thai chilies. With all of these, you're going to peel a little stem off. That's all you have to do. Now, I'm probably going to use most of these tonight, but for most people, one or two or three is probably enough. Now, an exciting thing is if you don't need all the chilies that you've purchased and or grown, you can throw them into the freezer. They keep quite well there. And just pull them out as you need them. Okay. Onto the garlic. Now, you've got the traditional way that many people have probably been shown to open their garlic, cut both ends, and just peel it off. That works fine. Now the way that they do it in my wife's village typically is they won't do that. What they'll do is they'll grab the top edge here, pop the side, peel it off. Now, while I'm preparing this, if you happen to decide that you would like some more information about something I'm doing, please put it down in the comments. And I will try to remember to include that in the next videos. Now, for this meal, what you actually want to do is you want to cut the chicken into very small pieces because you're going to want it to cook very quickly. So I'm going to cut it as small as I can. That's the chicken all prepped. The next thing we've got to do is I'm just going to wash my hands quickly and then onto the mortar and pestle. Now these do take a bit of effort. You're not just going to lightly tap it. You're actually going to be pounding this, but give me one moment. Okay, I'm back. Mortar and pestle. This is a newer one. I usually use the other one you may have noticed earlier, but this one is much easier to see into. First thing you're going to do, add some garlic. So just chuck it all in. Peppers. Now this is to your own taste. Myself, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Sky's the limit. When you're going to do this, you're actually going to use some fair effort. Now, it will try and jump out when you first get going. Do be careful. If you get any of the juice from these peppers in your eye or on your hands, it will burn. There we go. All done. Not too much to it, just a little bit of elbow grease. Okay. Next thing, we're actually on to the cooking portion. Okay, here we are. On to the cooking part. Sorry for the microphone cable. You're going to take your garlic and chilies, put them in. You're going to put a little bit of your canola oil or oil of choice in there. I don't like to waste anything here, so we'll try and get some of this extra out. Spread that out a little. Now when you cook this, the chilies will lose a bit of heat, so they won't be quite as hot, which is part of why I don't mind putting a whole bunch in. Add your stock. Things next. Fish sauce. Don't need a lot of it, just a little bit. You will notice that there's a bit of an aroma once you add fish sauce to it. So no big surprises there. Also, you'll find that there's a little less splatter actually once you've added the fish sauce. I used to use the skillet for this. It was everywhere. Add your chicken, or some people have used other meats, but typically it's chicken. It's Pakrapow, hence the chicken. You're going to want to make sure that you do want to make sure that all your chicken's cooked. I like to wait a little bit before I add the oyster sauce, just so it's easier to tell when it's cooked. My wife, she adds it pretty quick, but I'm just a little paranoid. Oyster sauce. It's got a consistency of ketchup or barbecue sauce. You're gonna about that much, or a tablespoon or two. Depends on which system you work on. I don't think I've ever seen my wife actually measure anything. Holy Thai basil. Some people use a little. I like to use a lot. Now, I did this off screen, but the egg is pretty simple. I throw some extra chilies in mine. But what you're going to do, you're going to crack your eggs, mix them in a bowl with a bit of fish sauce. Nothing fancy. And your skillet over here, oil of choice. Just going to heat it up a little. Now, as far as how much water you want to add to this, this is going to be to taste. I like it a little soupier. Just a little bit of soy sauce, not a lot. I don't have a lot left anyway. That's probably enough. It's like half a teaspoon or so if you're measuring. And like I said, you could just use it this way here, put it with your rice. But I like it a little soupier, runs through everything, so. Apparently the rice is done. So it looks like everything's going to plan. Had the burner up a little extra high and had to walk away for a minute. Not quite as elegant as it usually looks. time to separate everything out, and I'll come back and show you what the final product looks like. And there we have it. That's it. Some Pakrapow. It's a good quick little meal. Even better when you don't have to stop and think about what you're doing. Any questions? Put them in the comments below. Any suggestions? Put them in the comments below. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. We'll see you next time.